Hello everyone, here's another episode with RPM with Nyameka, and to my left we have Mr. Phumlani Handile. So just introduce yourself to us.
Yes, my name is Phumlani Handile. I go to Bible Baptist Church. I'm also associate staff for Campus Crusade for Christ. From the Eastern Cape, actually from Queenstown.
Oh wow, Queenstown, Eastern Cape. My father is actually from there.
Okay.
Like how's I've been there once. How is life in there?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I stayed there for about 2 years, and then everything was okay. I don't complain. I didn't even want to come to Cape Town anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it's okay.
Wow.
I love
So what makes Queenstown Queenstown?
It's a Queenstown. It's a Queenstown. It's
like who gave it the name Queenstown? Was it like the queen from England?
That was a queen from England. Yeah.
Are you for real?
For real. That's
really?
The thing. Yeah, that's the
cute.
thing.
That's nice.
Yeah. When I was doing my research in Queenstown Library one time, I find out about that. There's a book about Queenstown, Komani. They said it's Komani.
Yeah.
I did a research on that, and then I saw a lot about Queenstown and the Bush River, the Komani River, and everything. Yeah, everything is from England.
That's
And
nice.
they were English and Afrikaans, but yeah, mostly England most dominated the place. Yeah.
That is like interesting.
Yeah.
I actually never knew that. Obviously, I've known the name Queenstown all my life. I just never knew that it's a name that is actually derived from the Queen herself.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So, what is on your playlist?
On my playlist, I always listen to jazz.
Okay,
And
tell me about it.
Jazz and gospel. I listen to every jazz music. It's either African, American, and everything. Al Giro is one of them.
Okay.
It's an American singer. Hugh Masekela in South Africa. Abdul Abraham, and then what else?
Do you listen to any Miles Davis?
Yes, and as well as Kenny G as well. Kenny G just played the saxophone, very nice.
Oh, okay.
There's a jazz group in Queenstown as well. I used to go to such things.
Really?
Mr. Pololo. Is it Pololo? I'm not sure exactly that's the name, but yes, they play jazz there in Queenstown.
That is amazing.
Stompy Marvey is from there as well.
Yes,
Stompy
I know
Marvey
Stompy
is
Marvey.
from
I love his music.
Yes, exactly.
That is amazing. Wow. Have you met him?
No, I haven't met him. I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
met him, but I know where he stays. I asked around to people, and they told
okay.
me yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Do you listen to any
Gospel music.
gospel?
Yeah, I
Any
listen to-
gospel. Do you listen to?
I listen to African and any kind of gospel. I listen to it.
Oh, okay.
I even listen to Zion people at the same time, so they don't have drums and everything.
A
So,
cappella.
yeah, I like a cappella. I like this other group. I'm not sure which group is that, but they sing the song "Christ Alone." Wow,
In Christ
so
Alone,
amazing!
My
Christ
Hope Is
Alone,
Found.
my hope is found. Oh, it's so amazing, man. They sing it very nice, man.
Is it like an African group that
No,
does that?
no.
or
It's
international?
American guys, international guys,
okay.
not African way.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, cool.
yeah.
That is amazing, man. That's a good
Yeah.
music selection. Very much variating from Africa to I guess America and I guess the rest of the world.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So you'd say you call yourself a global person?
I do.
Okay.
That.
Why
I
do you say
don't want to limit myself.
Okay. Why?
I don't want to limit myself
Oh, you don't want to limit yourself.
Yeah.
Why?
because most people they will say, how can we listen how can you guys as Africans listen to European music? I mean, music is music.
Yeah.
It just gives you the message.
Yeah.
It just the rhythm that plays there. It always gives you the joy and everything. It doesn't matter to me as long as it's nice. It's a music. As long as it's jazz and gospel, it's okay for me.
Music is a universal language.
It is a universal language. That's true.
Every time is confirmed to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
most people they just deny that. They think there's the African music. You understand what I mean? So people like to categorize themselves like that, but I don't want to limit myself.
That's true. Now I want to find out, what do you do?
I actually coach cricket and soccer in Settlers High School here in Bavo,
Yeah.
and I teach English online as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
teach Chinese.
You teach Chinese or you teach English to
Chinese
people?
Chinese people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. Whoa. think Chinese is one of the. In fact, it is the most
complicated language in the world.
Like 3,000 characters. I think they say 3,000. It's actually not enough. There's about 10,000 characters.
Exactly.
So I'm like, yes, yeah. If you did, I would be like, kudos to you. So you teach English to Chinese.
To Chinese,
people. Yeah. All right. And how is that going?
It's going well. But they don't give us full days. Then they only give you 2 days a week. So they're more congested. There are more people who are teaching as well.
Oh, okay.
During this lockdown, people resorted to that.
Oh, okay.
Because they lost their jobs and they just joined teaching English online. So most people are teaching English everywhere. So that's why the companies, they just hire you and give you 2 days a week, maybe. Yeah.
Come to think of it, though, I actually just found this out recently. Like, the Asian population consists of 57 people. 57% of the rest of the world. Yeah. So meaning that probably business is going to continue. It's not like it's going to stop anytime soon.
It's not going to stop. That's what I've noticed as well. There are more Chinese people who always want to come to this side and learn the language. Without even leaving their country, because those people, they love to sit in their country, just like South Africans. South Africans, they don't want to travel.
But
we don't.
They are living.
Yeah, they are living. But
Australia, they go to New Zealand and Canada. They're going everywhere. So
not like the other African brothers countries like Cameroon, Nigerians. They like to move out of Africa. South Africans love South Africa.
Okay, cool. Now I want to ask you this very interesting question. Do you think there is a connection between race, politics, and the gospel? If there is, how does it fit
in? I just want to tell you one thing. I'll be honest with myself.
Yeah.
I do include gospel, politics with gospel, but in a very good way. I'm more political aware than politically involved.
Oh, okay. Explain that, please.
Being political aware, just to know what is happening in your country, read the news, be current, and always be on par with what is happening around you.
All right.
I might not ever say like the ones who are hands-on on it. So, but I know politics is a dirty game, especially here in South Africa. There's corruption, is everything. So I don't want to involve in such things. I mean, it's not a religion anymore. My beliefs, the Christ I have, doesn't allow me to include myself in such conversation and everything. So I believe it will take me away from what I believe in.
Okay. Yeah. So now, don't you? So what do you then say to the people that be like, you know what, you need to watch and pray, and you need to, you are sometimes the only Bible or the only representation of Christ that people are gonna have. So if you don't play your part in representing Christ in that field, then what does it say about you being a representative of Christ?
Exactly. There are people who are like that, like Chief Justice, like Mukhwe. He stood for Israel. You still remember? He was praying. He was given a Bible and he prayed. He always prayed in his court and every time.
Yeah.
So we like people who are like that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying you should be dominating them with your gospel than them dominating you with your politics.
Yeah, but the Chief Justice right now is facing probably one of his toughest times in his position, which means that yes, I do understand the fact that yes, you don't wanna I guess dilute your faith, and you don't wanna get in there and seem like you are changing the status quo. But at the same time, don't you think people like Justice Mukhwe, in fact, he's a soldier for the cross, but don't you think he needs everybody that is a soldier to come into these positions?
Yeah, I do, but we the more we get into the politics too much, we'll end up losing the identity of Christ in us.
So okay, why do you say that?
I say it because you'll be tempted in a lot of things, in a lot of scams and everything, until you tell them about Christ. Pastor Daniel Kleinboy as well is also in one. I once spoke with him as well. He's involved in our Bible Baptist Church as well. He told me about it. I did pray for Mangosuthu Buthelezi and everything. He's a Christian. You'll find few Christians in there, people who make the difference in the world, in the space of politics. But at some point, I mean, it never stops corruption in this country. It never stops cruelty and brutality, especially in gender violence and everything. I mean, things like that in South Africa, they are more dominating in the country. And I think, and corruption as well. I mean, if you think of Malema is also corrupt himself. So, I mean, he just spoke too much, but he's exactly
it's
what...
like the glass house.
He's a glass
throwing stones
throwing
and then what is coming for him
for him again, yes.
Yeah, but I want to find out, like, from that whole point of, if you don't stand up, who will? If you don't stand up for integrity, if you don't stand up against corruption, who will?
Yeah, you do play that role at the same time, but you don't want to involve yourself too much in it. Because if you mingle with them most of the time, then you end up look like them.
And you don't want to. Definitely, that's the point.
That's the point. You don't want to look like them. You wanna rise up to the occasion. Look like there must be a Christ in them as well. Something that is much higher, is a much better platform than them. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Just elevating Christ and making sure that he's known. Now, I want to find out, how do your passions, I guess, help in the rebuilding of South Africa? Your passions and contributions and collaborations with everything that you do, how does it help with the rebuilding of South Africa?
More for me, sport is actually helping me at the same time, and this thing of mine of writing books as well.
Please say more about writing books.
I write book. I've got one book. I wrote 14 books under my name. 14. Wow. I published only one cricket book. It's called The Mind Game. It was just my beginning then. I was just new in the industry. And then I published, but it never sold. But I can always get the printout from Queenstown as well, from the MC printers in Queenstown. So it's actually a good thing to me when I'm writing. I wrote a one book, a politics book. It says, South Africa, the horrible country, they stole my soul. It's actually all about false fees must fail, corruption and everything in this country. So
what was your point what was your angle in writing?
My angle in writing it was to tell the people that it's terrible in this country, and the more we do right, the more we commit crime we look like people who are committing crime to the bad doers in these countries, especially the corrupt people, especially the politicians and everything. Students are only asking to a free education, but they'll be killed and be shot at. While I was in university, I was not more involved in politics, in SASCO, PASMA and everything, and the UFF was not there back then. I was not involved in such things. I used to say to them when they asked me, could you join PASMA or SASCO? And I would say to them, I belong to organizations, Christian organization, which is SCO.
Yeah, I remember SCO.
Yes, I remember SCO. And then I said, I was in the SCO. And then I said to them, no, I'm not going to join those things. But at the same time, when the fees are going up there, they affect all of us.
That's true.
So
that means
everybody has to part to play.
Yeah.
So I used to go and listen and just listen to the guys when they are talking about it and say, yes, guys, I know. When I have a problem with one lecture at some time, and then I call the SFC guys, help me, guys, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm with you as well, because things are not looking good for us as well. We're really struggling here. We're really struggling. I mean, I was not double standard, but I was trying to show them that they make a difference in us as well. But they must not be corrupt and that's just to show them how Christ is good for us, and He must be good for them as well. Yes.
Yeah, the one thing I guess I'm still trying to figure out for me is if I want to let them know, and if I want them to know, that means at some point I have to be involved one way or the other, either in a big way or a small way.
Yeah.
So I'd like to find out, in your opinion, in a big way or a small way, how can you then let your passions, which you've mentioned is sports, now is teaching English because of obviously pandemic, and you, I don't know if you mentioned that you are with Campus Crusade for Christ.
Yes.
So now you've got 3 angles in which you can affect the world in however you can. So now please explain that part, like how can you use that which you're already involved in to impart, I guess, wisdom and knowledge to South Africans.
Okay, about writing, I just inform people about what is happening around them.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not aware of such things. You understand?
Yeah.
which is I write something that you cannot Google. I write something which is truly new to your ears or truly new to your eyes, which is that will help them to go and read more books of mine. Because
that's true.
I kind of more analytically. I analyze things. I don't look things like the way they are.
You have a
but
bird's eye view.
I've got a third view on that, third dimension view on that. I always have a third dimension for everything that I say and to everything that I do.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? And in cricket and sport, I always say this to Raymond Boy. Raymond Boy is in East London. He's a border cricket coach as well. He's appointed there for 30 years with border cricket.
Wow.
I used to tell him the same thing. Tare, we can choose players, black players, but do not choose black players because they are black.
They meet the quota.
They meet the quota, but they're not skillful because it's a shame to us as a black nation.
Excellence then.
Excellence first. We need elite players, and then we can put them in the program so that they can play and continue and play for Proteas as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So at the same time, I like to give. I give people some people have phoned me and asked me, can you be my mentor? And that made me happy. He wants me to be the mentor. And then I said, okay, I'll give you money sometime, around 300 rand a month. He said, I don't have a job, I said, I'll give you 300 rand so that you can go there and look for a job. He's from my side, from my village, from my grandfather's village.
Yeah.
I help the guy every time. I give him 300 rand a month. And I always encourage him and always send him the scriptures and everything. He read the Bible and everything with me. He was my captain while I was in the village, in my grandfather's village. I was to coach the soccer there. So he normally knows me better. He was my captain. And I give him money every time. And then he said to me, keep on giving this because it's helping me. At least I can always go to the internet cafe and photocopy and do everything and send my CVs.
Wow.
He said, I'm looking for any kind of a job. I said, that's the spirit. Just look for anything and work, please. And I always tell the best important thing I tell him about Christ. Even the settlers boys, every time when you have a session, before a session, we pray. We pray. They pray our Father who art in heaven and everything. I was so amazed and I said, boys, you love this.
Wow.
I mean, I love it. I mean, most of the time you should influence them, then them influence you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You must rise up. You must have a character of Christ.
Amen.
In everything that is happening in your life.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, you should put Christ first. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm summarizing just what you said about this. So analytical eye, looking at the fact that it's not just what is here, but we can look at it from a bird's eye view, a situation. That's what we can do. And then secondly, excellence, not just any person that meets the quota, but you basically meet the standard and exceed the standard, because excellence is what is going to take us further as a country. And then just making sure that you impact as much as you can in mentorship, impart in knowledge, impart even sometimes finances, as you've said.
Finances as well. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the other thing we forget. I mean, you can say all these good words to people and stand in front of them and be a good motivator and motivate them.
Yeah.
But the most important thing, economic freedom is not there.
Yeah.
You'll tell the very poor person
Yeah.
to go and buy your book. Typical example, me.
Yeah.
And I sell my book with 300 rand. He needs that 300 rand to buy food, and you want him to buy your book at the same time.
Yeah.
Most people who are buying your books, also people who are more privileged.
Oh, okay.
Not the guys from the location or the squatter camp.
Yeah.
Then the most important thing, say positive things and give him money. Because we all need money, and then
it's what makes us go around.
Exactly. Just say it once again.
Yeah.
I mean, financial support is needed everywhere.
Yeah.
That's why the students are boycotting and toying against our government.
Yeah.
But they are shorted. Why?
Yeah.
Because they are asking for the for the first
economic freedom.
Economic freedom, that's all. Yeah.
Let me ask you this one last question then. Now we're talking about just this whole thing of youth and the fuse must fall in the movements. Now, if you were to be a president for 1 week, what changes would you make?
Wow, it's a lot, but I'll be brief.
Okay.
I would also stop corruption.
How?
Just go and assess all the ministers everywhere and do auditing all the municipalities in this country.
Yeah.
Go and do audit and check all the finances if they are used in a very good way.
Yeah.
If they are used in a very good way and the budget is also used in where it's supposed to go to, then I would say things are okay. That's where I can always help. Just stop corruption. Go all these provinces and do the audit. They might do it. Maybe they do it, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Government should employ.
It's not satisfactory.
It's not. It's not.
We're not seeing results.
We're not seeing results of that. I think government must always employ people to do that. Just people to do that, to monitor all these finances in all the provinces, and the service delivery to all the people, so that if I can be a president for a week, I can always make everybody get a job.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
I mean,
that's a nice idea, but practically, how is that gonna work?
I know financial problem always arise.
Yeah.
But whatever talent you have, you must just show it out there. And then government, if he has funds, he can always fund those people as well.
Yeah. I think it goes with the whole thing of government does have a lot of money, but it's misplaced.
It's misplaced. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, it's not in the right hands, not with the right people at the same time. Yes.
Yeah. Any words, pearls of wisdom that you want to leave us with before you go? Thank you so much for being here.
Okay, thank you very much. I would definitely say, let's not stop what we're doing as Christians to stand our grounds. Let's rise up to the sky. The sky is the limit for us. You can minister in whatever department you're doing, but the problem is in South Africans, we all want to be pastors, and you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
You can minister wherever you are, being an engineer, being a sport person, being a scientist and everything. You can always make a change wherever you are in any career that you have. You don't have to be a pastor to change the world or to be the holiest person ever, because the pastors are not holy themselves. You understand what I mean? So what I'm saying is, stay where you are, make a change, shine where you are, be bright in the corner where you are. There's the song that says that. Be bright in the corner, stay where you are, and rise up to the above. They must just influenced by you as a Christian, not you. Them influence you. That if you are a Christian, you just make a difference wherever you go. And people must know you, that you are a Christian in everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You must rise above the bar.
That was powerful. Thank you so much. And this has been RPM with Nyameka.